turn 4. Last week we had a first-time winner in Paul Dana. Well, we have 2 in a row out of turn 4, final lap. And the rookie, P.J. Chesson, wins it at Michigan.
First big win, man. That was awesome. I didn't know. I came on the radio and I said, does this big do donuts? And they're like, give it a shot. We don't know. So rip some donuts. I was so excited. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if we can carry some of the momentum in there and do a little stomping when we get to Kentucky.
Inches apart. Taylor with both spin. There's contact. Taylor wins it. Whoa! Here they come to the outside. The challenge. And we welcome you to the picturesque bluegrass area of northern Kentucky, where the Indy Racing League's Menards Infiniti Pro Series cars are set for the 3rd annual running of the Kentucky 100. Hello, everyone. Along with Robbie Buell, I'm Jerry Punch. Glad to have you with us. And now, Robbie, I got to believe this is exactly what Tony George envisioned when he started this series to find the IndyCar stars of tomorrow. P.J. Chesson and Paul Dana, first-time winners. And today, a driver sitting for the first time in one of these cars and puts it on the pole.
Yeah, and that's Travis Gregg. And for a guy who grew up driving go-karts and has spent the last 2 years driving sprint cars on dirt, to be on the pole, that's quite accomplished. But I think the big question is one thing to go fast for one lap in qualifying. You got to think about racecraft and race strategy.
Let's hear from the young man. He's standing by with our Cameron Steele. Cameron?
Well, even though it is his first time racing on a concrete oval, he doesn't act like a rookie. 2 of the 3 practice sessions, he was the fastest man out here. Even in traffic, you look great. And I got to ask you, you said earlier, it wasn't truly a surprise how that turned out for you, was it?
No, it wasn't. We tested here back in May, and we were fast. And I knew, with the Sam Schmidt team, I'm very confident in the car. The crew does a great job. Our new sponsor, AVS, and I'm kind of surprised, but I knew we'd be competitive.
Well, I got to ask you, with all the people here behind you you've never raced with before, what's your strategy as you lead them to the green?
Well, I'm starting in the front, so, I want to stay out front, stay clear of trouble. If I fall back to P2, P3, it's the last lap that you have to lead to win the race. So that's what we're going to try to do.
Well, he's definitely here for a win, and for the 2nd week in a row, we have a rookie leading him to the green flag.
Thanks, Cameron. Let's take a look at our starting grid. There's the young man, 4th different pole sitter of the year, 26 years of age, out of Camden, Ohio. Travis Gregg alongside the 4-time winner and current points leader, Tiago Medeiros. Back in row 2. How about Ari Leindock? 27th consecutive starts, looking for that first win. Could come today in a brand new ride, the EFS ride. And beside him, Paul Dana, our winner at Milwaukee. Back in row 3, Al Unser, the 3rd-generation driver, 3 third-place finishes. Will they get a top 2 or a win? Could come today. And Leonardo Maya, the reigning Skip Barber Racing School champion. Back in row 4, last week's winner, P.J. Chesson, the Catherine and Mo Nunn entry, and Phil Giebler, who won at Homestead. Row 5, Billy Rowe and Jesse Mason, the talented Canadian. And back in row 6, welcome back Rolando Quintanilla. This team worked day and night for 3 days to get this car back ready in the Transportes Quintanilla machine. Starts inside row 6.
And here they are taking the green flag, and when they cross the start-finish line there, Travis Gregg had a great start and probably had a car length and a half on his teammate Tiago.
And the big question is they are 3 wide now off of turn 2. Very, very wide racetrack, this 1.5 Kentucky Speedway. Banked at 14 degrees in the turns, 4 degrees on the backstretch, and we now have side-by-side action for the lead up front.
Yeah, and that's Tiago looking to the high side of Travis Gregg. And I think that's interesting that Tiago is looking to the high side so soon. We saw P.J. Chesson beat Tiago on the high side at Michigan, and it looked like Tiago wasn't comfortable running the high side of the racetrack. That isn't going to be the case today if Tiago's already looking to make the high groove work at this racetrack.
Remember, these are teammates, both cars owned by Sam Schmidt, the longtime IndyCar veteran and now IndyCar owner. The ABS Aeronautical Vision Systems car on the front row on the pole. And right now a challenge. Paul Dana takes the Ethanol Life Fitness car high. That's out of the Ron Himmelgarten, Roger Johnson stable.
Yeah, and he had a great run coming off of turn 4 when they were at start-finish. He was alongside him and then tugged in back behind him because he couldn't get the pass done. But I think, like I said, I think Paul Dana, who is the 3rd-place car right now, the blue and white car with the yellow wings, is he's really got a lot of patience and maturity, and he knows what he has to do at the end of this race, not just at the beginning.
Sorry, Robbie, as Tiago Medeiros pulls up, almost runs over his teammate. Now gets some drafting help in the Dreyer and Reinbold Infiniti sponsored car on the outside of his teammate. It is Travis Gregg on the inside. Medeiros up high. They're scrambling 2 by 2.
And look who's joining that group. Right there is Paul Dana. And look, they're making it 3 wide. That is fantastic racing. That is in the middles of turns 3 and 4. These guys are running 3 wide. I think that says a lot about the condition of this racetrack.
Great action in the Menards Infiniti Pro Series style. And give a call to the folks here at Kentucky Speedway. What a job they have done to grind this racetrack down and make it nice and smooth and have 2 and 3 lanes of racing.
And look at PJ Cheshin is the red car we just saw on the top of your screen. So right in the middle of your screen now, he's that red car out there. He was, if there was 5 cars underneath him, they could have all been there. That's how high he was in turns 1 and 2. And
also Ari Lyondike Jr. trying to hold off Maya and Unser. There is Chesson, the number 76 car. Right side of your screen, red car with the Pioneer sponsorship, last week's winner. Really has a handful of race cars.
Yeah, and he's working over. That was Jesse Mason in the red and black car on the inside. And now PJ's gone by him, as well as Leonardo Mile in the white and blue car we just saw.
We are in the early laps of the Kentucky 100, the Menards Infiniti Pro Series cars getting it on. And the youngster, Travis Gregg, is our leader. The Menards Infiniti Pro Series Kentucky 100 is being brought to you by Firestone. For more information on Firestone tires, visit your local Firestone retailer. Well, these Firestone Firehawks are getting it done here at Kentucky, and so are the Menards Infiniti Pro Series cars and stars. What a great race we have here in the early laps. The youngster Travis Gregg holding on, but they are swapping all over right behind it.
Yeah, we've had some exciting racing, and that camera shot, that was looking out the back of Travis Gregg's car at Tiago Medeiros, followed by Ari Lyondike in the red and yellow car. A first-time ride for Ari in that car owned
here goes Medeiros.
Sprinklers car.
Here goes Medeiros again. Excuse me, Robbie. I'm getting all excited watching Medeiros. Look at Lyondike up high, trying, as you said, mention driving for the first time.
Yeah, and now let's mention again, we saw where these guys could run 4 wide through the corners around this racetrack. And this race is only 17 laps old. We got 50 more laps of racing here.
67 laps. That's 100 miles here in the 1.5-mile facility. Last year, Jeff Simmons led wire to wire. Thus far, it has been Travis Gregg since the drop of the green flag, all 18 laps, but he has had his hands full. A rookie driver on the pole, and right now, a veteran driver trying to take the lead away, as up high to his right is his teammate. Whoa, Gregg slips up a little bit, and Tiago Medeiros backs out of the way.
Yeah, you saw Travis's car just wash up the racetrack a little bit, but that's as good a run as we've seen that Tiago's had on his teammate down the back straightaway, and I thought he was going to get the job done. Having said all this, I think this is a really great job that Travis Gregg is doing as a rookie here, and to have all that pressure by Tiago. I mean, he's been to the right of him, to the left of him, and he's been right on his gearbox. And I think the fact that Travis Gregg is just focused on what his job is to keep that car on the white line and not open up a door down low. I think he's done a fantastic job.
And folks, remember, this young man, Travis Gregg, has been running on a quarter-mile dirt track in sprint car competition. That's where he's basically spent the last few years in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. He's a 2-time feature winner there, but this he comes highly recommended after testing twice with Sam Schmidt Motorsports. Last year, he tested in December at Las Vegas. This year, they came to Kentucky back in early part of May, trying to put the sponsorship dollars together. Finally did it, and now, first time in his car number 5, leading here in Indy Racing League competition at Kentucky Speedway.
No, and you know, this is obviously a very different race car than a sprint car. The engine's behind you, you're on pavement, you have wings on the race car, but still, when the day is done, driving a race car, whether it's on dirt or whether it's on pavement, doesn't matter the configuration of the race car, you're always trying to get as much out of that race car as you can. Maybe even if you're driving your lawnmower out there, you're always trying to get the most out of it as you can.
Robbie, let's take a closer look at the series newcomer, Travis Gregg.
Back in '99, my father had an IndyCar team, and we had Robbie Unser Jr. driving for us, and I was on the pit crew, and that whole kind of started the whole thing. You know, I could be here one day. The past couple of years been racing sprint cars, local tracks in Indiana, some USAC races, but mostly just dirt races, quarter-mile dirt tracks. I have high expectations of myself and the team, you know, with the great team, Sam Schmidt, and you know, I'm very confident in my ability as well as theirs. You know, we're going to go out there. We're not going to be mediocre. We're going to be competitive.
Back at Kentucky Speedway, we are under yellow for the first time today. Travis Gregg continues to lead. Let's bring you up to speed and show you what happened just a moment ago. Here to bring out the first yellow flag of the day. Tight competition in turn 3. 2 cars running for third spot, Paul Dana and Al Unser.
Yeah, and there's Al Unser in the yellow-black car that just got in the wall. And, you know, that is just tight, close racing. Dana's car has a little bit of movement and goes up the track, but there wasn't much space between those 2 cars to begin with. And it's a frustrating day for Al Unser, excuse me, with as good a car as he thought he had today.
And my question, is that just inexperience, Robbie? I mean, this early in the race, does he belong up there on the outside, or as the green flag comes back out? Watch Tiago Medeiros trying to make a move on his teammate here, Travis Gregg, as they go roaring back into one. He's side by side or almost up to even with him.
Yeah, and we've seen that a lot today, where Tiago has gotten alongside his teammates, Travis Gregg there, and how you can separate these cars a little bit. They have the same paint job, but if you look at the camera, where the camera mounts on top of the camera on Travis's car, it's in day-glow yellow. So if you're looking, that's a good way to separate those cars.
And we just saw Travis Gregg a moment ago wiggle just as Paul Dana did a moment ago up in turns 3 and 4. I was going to ask you, if Al Unser's being up there, was that inexperience or he was on the racetrack this early?
Maybe this early in the race, because you saw the leaders in front of him. There was plenty of race left to go. He knew he had a good car, and he just didn't give himself enough margin for error there. And, you know, that's one of the things you learn. But you know, the job that Al has done to this point in this series, in the last his first 4 races, he's been on the podium 3 of those 4 races.
Certainly did a nice job and got a lot of talent. Take a look at first-time winners in their Pro Series debut. The Menards Infiniti Pro Series drivers. Phil Giebler won the opener at Homestead this year. Mark Taylor last year. And in the very first season in 2002, Anthony Ford, A.J. Ford, the 4th one at Kansas Speedway. So how about this young man? Never sat in one of these cars in competition until today, although he tested a couple of times back in May and then last December. Has led since the drop of the green flag. Travis Gregg, 26 years of age, out of Camden, Ohio. The ABS Sam Smith Motorsports machine, and holding off one of the good ones. I mean, Tiago Medeiros is no slouch behind him.
No, he isn't. And, you know, Tiago is doing everything to get Travis to make a mistake. I mean, he's on his gearbox. He's to the right. He's to the left. He just wants to have him make one little hiccup. And, you know, that will, you know, that's what you want to do as a racer. You want to keep putting the pressure on so somebody makes a mistake. And as we're talking, look at the run there that Maya has. Look at Maya up to 2nd place. Isn't that something? That's great for Leonardo.
Leonardo Maya out of Miami. Was born in Rio, moved to California when he was 4 years old. And as I said, he's a reigning champion of the Skip Barber Dodge Pro Series, driving for Brian Stewart, giving it a great run. Maya, the 33 car. On the high side of Tiago Medeiros. They are side by side for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and they are chasing this young man, Travis Gregg, after 34 laps here at Kentucky. Laps to go here at Kentucky Speedway. Great action in the Menards Infiniti Pro Series. Travis Gregg holding off what is a gaggle of cars behind him. Tiago Medeiros and Paul Dana have been exchanging pleasantries. Just look what happened a moment ago.
Yeah, looking back from the camera of Gregg. Watch the smoke come up from the tire contact here. There it is, right there.
Oh, man.
That was Tiago's left front to Dana's right rear. Dana's in the white and blue car with the yellow wings, and Tiago's in the blue and silver car.
And that's at 190 miles per hour. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that's important to remember. I mean, these guys are doing 190 miles per hour around here. I mean, this is big-time racing.
Great action. Gregg, our leader. Medeiros in 2nd. Dana was in 3rd. Now, Phil Giebler has brought the Western Union machine up the 3rd spot. Great run for the Homestead winner.
Yeah, this is some of the most exciting racing we've seen all year. And I was just going to say 1 second ago, when we had that front-on camera shot, we had all the cars in single file. I'm like, boy, it was so calm. Well, as soon as that happened, boom. Giebler went up top, and there's P.J. Chesson in the red car. He's up top on the high side right behind Phil Giebler in the yellow and black car.
Now, P.J. Chesson on the top of your screen in the red 76 there, that's where he ran all week at Michigan, all afternoon at Michigan, up in the middle groove. And in the last 5 or 6 laps, here he came, the Mo Nunn machine, the Pioneer machine, just started digging and picking him off and won the race.
Yeah, and obviously that's working for him well here today, but not just P.J. In Michigan, it was just P.J. was the only guy up top. Here, we've seen Arie Luyendyk back there in the red and yellow car on the high side, as well as Phil Giebler, a little bit of everybody. And one guy that had a great run going at the back on the middle of your screen right there in the blue and white car was Leonardo Maya, and he had to get checked up and dump the throttle. And when you dump the throttle on this racetrack, you go backwards, but he's gaining his momentum to catch up with these guys. Yeah,
Maya had a great finish at Phoenix, third in his very first start, was running fourth here and had to check up a moment ago and lost a lot of momentum in that 33 car. There's a look at Leonardo Maya, who currently lives in Miami, driving for Brian Stewart, Dave Metcalf and company.
Yep, and there's Maya by PJ, but in the blue and white car, like I said, and he's going to be trying to figure out a way to get by Phil Giebler. And the reason this has been so exciting is even when somebody does have to check up here in the heat of the battle, yeah, they lose a couple spots, but you know what? Give them a couple more laps, and they're back in the thick of things here. Nobody has been able to run away with this, and it's really made for some exciting racing.
Well, the only yellow today came out on lap 25, an incident up in turns 3 and 4 involving Al Unser, and Cameron Steele was caught up with him. Cameron?
Well, earlier in the day, Al Unser told me you can run anywhere on the track and you felt comfortable. What happened? It seemed like you were high outside of Dana there.
Yeah, we're just getting high outside of Dana, and he was trying to draft behind Tiago because he knew if he was drafting behind Travis, then I would be able to draft with Tiago. That's what I think was going through his mind, but maybe he pushed up a little bit from that and just barely touched my tire and broke my suspension at that speed, and I ended up in the wall, which is no good. I hate having the car in the wall.
Yeah, everybody hates crashing. His first DNF with the crash this season.
Laps are winding down. We've got a new leader. Leonardo Maya has taken the lead for the first time today. Travis Gregg back in second spot. 8 laps to go. Here comes P.J. Chesson in the red car, left side of your screen.
Yeah, and P.J. had a great run on the outside, but Gregg is not wanting to give that up. But obviously, look at, he just had to dump the throttle there a little bit, and you can see how Travis Gregg had it slide backwards in that blue and silver car. Look at, he's being passed by Arie Luyendyk now on the outside in the red and yellow car. So we got excitement and action all over this place.
Leonardo Maya has never won a Menards Infiniti Pro Series as a rookie this year. We've had back-to-back first-time winners at Milwaukee and Michigan. Could we make it 3 in a row? Now Chesson takes the lead. Dana rides along on the outside. That's the Life Fitness ethanol machine on the left side. Car 91 of Paul Dana, the Milwaukee winner.
Yeah, he is, and he is running a high line on this racetrack, but making it work. I think what's just so fantastic about this racing, Leonardo Maya, who was just leading the race, now he is second to PJ. He had dropped back to 6th or 7th place about 15 laps ago because he had to dump the throttle, and he's worked his way back to the front. So, you know, this race is not over with having 6 laps left to go. Anything can happen.
It'll be 5 to go this time. Bob will see if Maya can sneak back on the inside. P.J. Chesson, whose brother James will test in that car here on Monday afternoon. They have a second car being built at Mo Nunn Racing, and James and P.J. will become the first brothers to drive at Chicagoland Speedway in Menards Infiniti Pro Series. Smoke out of the back of one car, a little bit of a smoke.
Yeah, that's Phil Giebler.
And tough break for Phil Giebler, the Western Auto Machine running in the top 3 here. We'll have to call it a day here with just 5 laps to go. The Homestead winner after having a great run here at Kentucky.
Fortunately, I think what just happened there with Phil Giebler's car, we saw the smoke coming out. I don't think we got any debris out on the racetrack from that race car, but we are going yellow.
The yellow flag waving here, and we will have a shootout. To say the checkered flag.
To say the least.
P.J. Chesson is our leader. Our most recent winner leads Maya, Dana, and Gregg, along with Arie Luyendyk, the top 5. The exciting Menards Infiniti Pro Series Kentucky 100 has been brought to you by Firestone. For more information on Firestone tires, visit your local Firestone retailer. Back at Kentucky Speedway, 2 to go. P.J. Chesson gets the green flag from Paul Blevins. Can Paul Dana run him down with 2 laps on a 1.5-mile racetrack? Can it be done?
Well, you know, that's as big a gap as we've seen between first and second all day. And that may be tough. We're on the last lap right now.
Or I should say that was the white flag lap a moment ago going by. We had 2 on the screen. Here comes Dana. Here comes Maya out of turn 4. Chesson, can he get it done?
Dana's got to run down low, but I don't think he can get it done.
Paul Dana on the inside, and Chesson will do it by a car length at the stripe. P.J. Chesson wins 2 in a row. How about that? The young man who ran in the middle of the pack for most of the afternoon wins his 2nd in a row. 2 wins in only 5 Menards Infiniti Pro Series starts. And this young man made it exciting in victory lane back at Michigan. I can't imagine what we will see here today in the Pioneer machine. Look at it once again here on this final lap.
You know, for our final lap of racing of what we saw earlier, this was actually a pretty tame finish for what I thought we'd be in for with what we saw at the beginning of this race.
If Dana had made his move maybe 200 yards earlier, it would have possibly had a shot at getting the win. Let's check in PJ's pits. His owner, Catherine Nunn, standing by.
Well, Catherine, this has to be quite an exciting time for you right now, and people were doubting him, weren't they?
Yes, they were doubting him. They thought maybe that was a one-off last race, but he's been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, as has the rest of the team. Here go the donuts.
Catherine calling it, Doc, take it away.
There's Catherine smiling. She knows the young man is going to be exciting as we watch him doing the donuts. Take a look at our unofficial finish here. P.J. Chesson, the winner. Paul Dana, Leonardo Maya, Ari Leindyke Jr. Good run for Ari in 4th spot. Travis Gregg, Tiago Medeiros, Rolando Quintanilla. Great effort for this team even to get back here because they haven't rebuilt that car. Jesse Mason, Billy Rowe, Phil Giebler, and Al Unser, the only yellow of the day after running the top 3 or 4. Most of the early parts here had to call it a day. Let's check in Firestone Victory Lane where Cameron Steele is standing by. Cameron?
Thanks, Jerry. PJ, people were talking about you being a fluke. 1 win doesn't make a champion, but 2 wins in a row, that's got to tell them something.
Who said I was a fluke, dude?
I didn't say it.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we worked real hard for this, and all weekend we had a great race car, and man, this is so sweet. I can't believe 2 in a row, a weekend off, and here we are back in victory lane again. It's nice to see you in this black and white checkered floor, man. It's nice in here.
It's definitely where everybody's gunning for. You had a week off in Bermuda. You come back here, everybody's gunning for that pole, and there was such tight racing here. How did you make your moves around everyone?
Just patience. You know, I don't know. The car was good, and I was working the high line the whole race. And somehow it was working up there again. So my spotter dude in the tower was awesome. Brian, my engineer, all my guys, Butch and Catherine Morris. That's just unbelievable. So I am so stoked. Wow, awesome.
The rumors have it there's another Chesson lurking about here somewhere, soon to be in a car.
Right there, James. He's the next. He's coming on board soon. So he's good to go. What's up, brother?
The energy, I can only imagine what's going to happen when 2 of them are on the track, Jerry.
Okay, thank you very much, Cameron. The brothers Chesson. There's Dad, who was also excited about the win, and James will test here on Monday. And how impressive was P.J. Chesson, but also the young man on the pole for us? I mean, what a great effort by Travis Gregg.
He did a great job, as we talked about. Is Tiago was hounding him, was looking left and right, and he did a good job and stay focused. But you know, this is tough racing, tough competition. A 5th place finish, I think Travis should be happy with. I mean, everybody that's out there wants to win, but a great accomplishment.
It's what Tony George envisioned. The future IndyCar stars of tomorrow are getting their start right here in the Menards Infiniti Pro Series. For Cameron Steele, expert analyst Robbie Buell, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Jerry Punch. Once again, congratulating P.J. Chesson on his win today at Kentucky. Join us next Wednesday, August 25th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as we bring you action from Pikes Peak International Raceway. Coming up next here on ESPN2, the 2003 Carolina Panthers Yearbook. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. So long, everyone.